Brad Lee with Benji Bruce.
What up?
Coming to you live on the old Facebook television. I call Facebook television because it's the new TV, man. You can put out a program any damn time you want to. And so I decided, since Benji was in the office, to come in here and do a live broadcast with you guys. Benji Bruce, in case you don't know, is like the most unbelievable mentalist on the planet. A hell of an entrepreneur in his own right, but a mentalist by trade. Is that right?
Yeah. Just doing a lot of mind reading shows for a lot of companies, and it's pretty much, I just tell people what they're thinking of. So I just go on a stage and I say, think of this.
What am I thinking
of an
about?
object. Well, I don't know yet.
I'm thinking about money. I'm thinking about money, and I'm also thinking about how can this little live help people that are watching or will watch it on a replay.
Yeah, and so, all right, so here's the thing. The way this can help everybody is, even though I'm a mentalist, for every hour I spent practicing mind reading.
I'm mental.
Yeah, you a little bit, but it's
he's a mentalist and I'm just mental.
Yeah, for every hour I spent practicing, I spent 3 hours doing marketing. So I'm actually a better marketer than I am a mentalist.
Ooh, good. Hey, marketing. Everybody can use marketing. I mean, marketing, I'm going to tell you something. We have Lightspeed VT training systems from here to Timbuktu. We've got people doing incredibly well, making millions of dollars a month with their Lightspeed system. We've got some making $5,000 a month. The difference between those two, that gap, that delta, is marketing. What can you tell them about marketing?
Yeah, I mean, well, all right, so it's just exactly what you said. With the marketing, I started out with the restaurant gigs. I was an entertainer in restaurants, but I didn't understand the marketing stuff. I didn't understand how I was gonna get to corporate, how to get high paying gigs. So I would perform in restaurants. I didn't get the business stuff. So I was doing good. I could walk up to somebody, guess what they're thinking, do a magic trick or something, a mind reading thing.
Right.
But I couldn't get the business until I learned the marketing. Once I learned the marketing, I realized that it all came down to how to basically fill up the pipeline. And then from there, it came down to me having a step-by-step process to actually get a gig. And after that, I was good to go. I mean, I went from charging $200 to getting a $20,000, $25,000 gig, all in the corporate world, just all through marketing.
What's the first thing they need to do other than hire you to show them?
All right, so first thing that I would do is, I realized that a lot of people, they can actually just improve what they do just by improving their brand in general. So what I did is, when I was charging $200, the difference between my $200 show and my $20,000 show was just my brand. It was my image. The show was the same, but when I was actually doing the $20,000 shows, it was pretty much the brand. And what I did is I got on TV, I went to Fox, got on TV, I went in front of these big crowds, I performed in front of big crowds, and I did this this crazy thing where I had footage of me at restaurants, and I knew I needed footage of me at a big corporate event. But I didn't have any corporate gigs lined up. So what I did is I went into a hotel. I just literally walked inside of a hotel. I crashed an event, and I would just perform for people, and I'd just look, oh, this guy looks good. I'd perform for some guy. I'd get my phone, get a testimonial, say, hey, just tell me what you thought. Now I had all this footage of me talking with people in suits and everything, so it looked like I was a corporate entertainer. And so from there, I changed my look to a corporate entertainer, from doing the restaurants, and like here, this is where I was doing the restaurant stuff, and outside, I was doing stuff outside. I went from that to just getting bigger crowds just by crashing events and getting some really good footage of guys like you, and just in nice suits, doing your thing, and then all of a sudden they would say, oh, Benji was great. He did this really cool mind reading thing for me. And from there, once I built up the image, then I got the sales process. And the sales process, I built it down where the first email I would send out, it would just say, hey, I was wondering who hires entertainers. I was like, hey, who hires entertainers? Because I used to pitch people. I would just go straight up to someone like you, and I would just say, hey, Brad, what do you think about having a mentalist at an event, at your event that you're doing? I just pitch you. The problem was people wouldn't respond. And I'm thinking, like, why is this guy not responding? And so I thought, well, if someone were to send me an email like that, I guess I probably wouldn't respond anyway, or either. So what I did is I thought of it like a conversation. I said, okay, I would walk up to him, I'd say, hey, Brad, how's it going? And that's it. And then wait for your reply. Then I'd start talking to you. So that's what I did in the emails. I said, hey, I was wondering who hires entertainers for your events. Then after they replied, then I'd kind of go into the pitch. If they didn't reply, I would now say, hey, Brad, do you hire the entertainers? And then if, once again, you didn't reply, I would now say like, hey, Brett, then I would pitch you the third time, but I would keep doing this over and over. I was able to get companies like AAA, Aflac, Remax, a ton of different companies to hire me just by doing this, just by being insanely persistent.
So the first thing you did is you decided to build a brand by going out and doing the work for free,
Yeah.
taking pictures to basically show social proof that you actually are that person, and you can do that. It's almost a fake it till you make it mentality.
Yeah. And
Lately, I've been watching some banter back and forth on social media on whether the fake it till you make it mindset works. You're proof that it does.
yeah, a lot of people say, oh, don't do it. Don't fake it till you make it. And I say, I made it. I mean, it worked for me. I think a lot of people, they fake it and they forget to make it. So it's like they keep faking it. They'll buy all these cars and everything. And it's like, oh, I got nice cars behind me. And I'm thinking like, well, are you going to make it? Like, there has to be a reason why you're faking it. There was a reason why I did everything.
There has to be a plan.
Yeah, and so I had a
there
plan.
has to be a plan. And not only that, I mean, what does fake it till you make it mean? You know, I've heard people say, well, you know, it's kind of not authentic if you're faking it till you make it. Well, there's several people out there, but think about this. If somebody's trying to teach you something and they're broke, why would you listen to them? So again, I kind of adopt the fake it till you make it mentality only because if I wanted to say that I was a billionaire and you should listen to me and I look like I'm broke, unless I can prove that I'm a billionaire, man, I just have to fake it. I have to buy the Lamborghini and the Rolls Royce and rent the jet and do whatever to make you think I'm as successful as I need to look for you to do it, because nobody wants to follow a loser. Nobody wants to follow a broke-ass bum that has no style or skills. So if I were a broke-ass bum, which I've been many times, I would need to fake it in order to get those people to even consider following me.
Yep.
You wanted to get hired, so you just went out and started doing the trick. That's not really faking it. You were just doing it. But that's awesome, man. You went out there and you just made it happen, and that's what I like. You made it happen. You didn't wait to be hired. You didn't make excuses. You just went out there and did it for free, took pictures of it, provided social proof, stuck it online, and then started marketing.
Yeah, I mean, my whole thing was, at the time, my goal was to get $10,000. I thought that was like a gang load for a show. And so my thing was, in order to get $10,000, I had to look like I was worth $10,000. I had to look like I was already getting it. So I did little things like on my website. I remember seeing a guy, he's out in the UK. He's like the David Copperfield out in the UK. And on his website, it said, for media inquiries, like on the contact page, it said contact here, and then for media inquiries, contact this. And I thought, wow, he must be pretty big time if he has a separate number and separate email just for media inquiries. So I said, you know what? Let me put that on my website. I put on my website, I said, for media inquiries, contact this number and this email. And it was little things like that where I even changed words on my website. Like instead of saying hire Benji Bruce, I put for availability.
Hold on real quick. Hey, for the people at the Lightspeed office that are working on my website, make sure you put for media inquiries. I like that.
Yeah, I mean,
See, I just learned something. I just got value. How many people are watching right now that are getting on their computers changing that for media inquiries?
Yeah, I remember when I first went to it, I was like, dang, it must be big time. So that's what I did. And it was little things like that where I said for availability instead of hire Benji. Because when you say hire, people would come to me saying like, oh, we'd love to bring you in. For availability, people would say, hey, are you even available for this date? So it was kind of like, yeah, and it was little things like that I started changing with my marketing. And once I did that, I remember I felt like I made it when I did an event. It was out in Finland. They paid around $20,000 to bring me out. And the first thing he said when I met him, he said, to be honest, I didn't know if we could afford you or if you'd be available by the time we contacted you. They contacted me a year in advance, and it was about $20,000. And I'm thinking like, dang, I could have charged like probably 50 grand or something. And so at that moment, I was like, all right, this is working. And from there, I mean, it was just repeating the sales process after that. Like after I had the image of the brand and all that, then it was just, okay, let me repeat the sales process.
So what is it you do? Let's see what you do. Can you read my mind?
All right. So
it's probably easy for me because you know it has to do with business, money, or helping people make it.
Yeah. All right. So that's actually what I want to try is, you have cash on you, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to guess how much cash you have on you right now. Now, I want you to tell everybody, we haven't set this up. I mean, we literally just talked as soon as you walked in. So I'm going to ask you one question. Did you spend more than $30 in cash today? In cash, not card or anything.
No.
Okay, so I'm going to write this. Write it so no one can see here.
I don't even know how much cash I have on me.
This might be a little sloppy. I'm not looking here. Okay.
I don't know how much cash I have on me.
All right.
Do you?
Maybe. Hopefully this is
If
close.
you're wrong, this is live, but there's no editing.
Well, hopefully. All right.
You talking about cold hard cash.
Yeah, just cash.
But cash, because I remember there was a little bit of cash in my car that I threw in this pocket. I know I have some cash in this pocket, and then I got some cash in this pocket. So is this going to be all the cash I have?
Yeah, all the cash you have.
No way.
So go ahead, count it right now.
Let's see here. Hold the horses. Let's see here. We've got.
You can't see through this, can you?
I cannot see through that. We've got one crispy dollar. We've got another crispy. There's two crispy dollars. Does it have to be folded correctly?
No.
Two crispy dollars. There's a 20. So there's $22. Hold your horses. I know there's some more back here. Hold on. Again, I was getting out of my car and I dropped it. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 28. And we'll see, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. Oop, they're stuck together. 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85. Is that right? Shit, I ain't counting this over. If you're even close,
What was that, 85? 8,500?
I think this is 8,500, but you want me to double count?
No.
How much is this?
Do you have any more?
21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29.
Do you have any more?
I don't believe so. No more.
Really?
Do I?
There's really no more?
I don't believe so.
How much? What is that, 85?
I'm going to count it one more time. One more time, folks. If he gets this number, I don't know what you're selling, but I'm buying. So we'll go 20.
Just count
1,
that.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 26, 27, 28. There's 28. Now, I believe this is 8,500, but let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65. What did I say? 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75. It's $7,528.
All right.
$7,528.
So I'll tell you, I'm not always right, and it's kind of sloppy because I actually did think you had 85 at first. What was it? 75-28.
75-28.
I kind of.
You see that? 75-28. That's ridiculous, dude. Did you tell him something? You wouldn't know how much money I had. Dude, let me ask you this question. How does that help people make money? Although that's badass, and if you want to hire him for a corporate event, I'd do so. But how does that have them make money?
So this specifically doesn't help them make money, but
That helps you make money.
yeah. So everything that I did to get to this point was practicing and then doing this for hours and hours and hours, then doing the marketing process. And the marketing process to get in front of someone to where I could do this was being pretty aggressive with my follow-up and then just having a whole pipeline built out inside of this.
What if someone lied and said, "Oh, I've got another 100 here"?
I've
Which
had
I
people
don't.
do that. Yeah, I've had people do that, and I mean that sucks, but still, it's
No, tell us how you did it.
well, just a lucky guess. It's,
Come on, tell the truth.
all right,
tell
so
the truth.
let me show you something else. All right, so here, I was actually going to use your watch for this, but we got to do all kinds of stuff with your
Damn, my
watch.
rubber band broke.
Let me show you. So I mean,
Dude, how do you do this is what I want to know. Before, maybe we can go off air, but I need to see that right there.
so let me. Well, that was a guess. So all right, so here, this is my watch. So just check, make sure it's a normal watch though.
Yeah.
Okay. So earlier, I actually told David to think of a time, just any time. And Dave, be honest. I mean, we didn't set this up. I don't even know what time you're thinking of or anything. And I mean, you see, this is just back and forth, just a normal watch. I'm gonna have you guess what time David is thinking of, using my watch though.
Okay.
So you're not gonna know it, but are you left or right-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Okay. So you're gonna hold this in your left hand like this without looking at it. With your right finger, you're gonna go forward, backwards. Don't look at it. Don't look at it.
Okay.
Try not to look at it. Just look straight. Just look straight. Just go forward, backwards. David, say the time in your head, just over and over. Just keep repeating the time over and over.
3:11.
Was he close? Was he close? No? All right. So at any moment, Brad, you're going to stop. Just whenever you feel like you're just going to stop. Just like get this feeling.
Can I go backwards too?
Yeah, you can go backwards. But and then you'll just kind of feel a moment to
Right
stop.
there.
Are you sure?
That's what time it is.
Okay. Let's do that. Hold on to it. I don't know if this is going to work because this doesn't really involve me too much, but I mean, David, you're thinking of a time. Brad, you just randomly chose a time here. David, what time were you thinking of? Just say it out loud.
4:33.
All right, so 4:33 was the time David was thinking of. If you stopped on 4:33, that'd be pretty impressive, or anywhere close. Can you check to see what time you stopped on?
Well, I would imagine it's 4:30,
It's pretty close.
33, or 2, or I don't know. My eyes suck. That's
Yeah,
4:30
it's
something.
4:30.
I can tell you that. Dude, look at that. 4:33.
Can you see that? 4:33.
Now tell me how you did it. People want to know how you did it.
Just luck. Just got lucky. So, it's
What's
a
that?
lot
What's
of
that? You got more tricks, I can tell.
a lot of what I do is really just it really just comes down to psychology. So it's very similar. Like, all right, in sales, you don't have to read someone's mind to understand the objections because you always get the same objections over and over and over. So you almost know what people are going to say before they ever say anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I do. Where I've been doing this for so long, I know how people respond, so I know what to do before they do it.
So you're prepared.
Yeah, exactly.
How are
Just
you prepared on that 4:33?
I'm prepared because, all right, in fact, yesterday I was talking with Charlie, right? And Charlie, he was saying, could I guess how much money he had on him? And the problem when people know I'm going to guess how much money they have on them is that they can prepare beforehand to change it. They can say, I'm just going to carry a lot of cash, and now it's going to mess me up, right? So what I had to do to Charlie, just in case, is I said, listen, Charlie, I've been doing this for years. I always get it right, 100% of the time. Even though I don't, I had to say that because I had to make sure he wouldn't mess with it. And so it's little things like that that I'll do to get people to respond in certain ways. And I mean, it's very similar to sales where when you say something, people will naturally respond in a specific way. And because you know how they respond, you know what you're going to do next.
Yeah.
And that's essentially what I do with the marketing and, well, with the mind reading.
So if anybody's out there watching this, how can they get you to help them?
All right, so what I do is I train a lot of people in marketing. So I'm actually a better marketer than I am a mentalist because for every hour I spent practicing mind reading, I spent 3 hours marketing. So if they go to the benjibruce.com, they can actually just sign up for marketing tips and all that. I train people on how to get, like, just how to charge a lot for what they do, how to basically monetize expertise, Doesn't matter if you're a speaker, coach, consultant. I basically train people on marketing because that's what I'm really, really good at, rather than just the mind reading. So yeah, if you guys
You train people to market.
yeah, I train people how to basically
What about
be you.
what about elevate their brand or establish a brand?
Yeah, the brand part is actually the easy part. So it's the
We had,
first
we
thing.
had someone yesterday, one of our new clients, Scott Columna, asked, how do I establish or build up the brand before he launches his VT? What would you say to him?
All right, so, well, I would want to ask him more about the brand in general, but what I do is I think in terms of association. So whatever you want to be known for, you associate yourself with that thing. It's just like how I said where I would get the testimonials. I want it to be a corporate entertainer. So I said, okay, what does corporate look like? Corporate looks like these guys in suits, decked out. So I said, okay, let me associate myself with these guys. I take the pictures and all that. So I would always associate, and that's what I would tell him, where whatever you want to be known for, you associate with that, and you just repeat it over and over and over, just nonstop. And from there, that's how you build a natural brand. You always think, how do I make myself look like a freaking celebrity? Like, how do I make myself look like a rock star? That's what I always think about. Is it's not just one little thing that you're doing. It's what does a celebrity do? What do they look like? And then that's what I'm going to do. Just like with the media stuff, I look at little things like that. I say, okay, for media inquiries, contact this, and you associate yourself with that. Whatever high value is, whatever celebrity is, you associate yourself with that. That's how you build the brand. Then the sales part, everything else is easy.
Well, what do you do different from all the other corporate entertainers trying to get the work?
What I do different in terms of how do I get the work?
Yeah, like how do you create distinction between you and all the other entertainers?
So, all right. So there is a video with Floyd Mayweather, and someone asked Floyd Mayweather. They said something like, "Well, do you prepare? Do you like watch these videos?"
There's a
of
photo
all
of
these
Floyd
people?
Mayweather talking on his cell phone, but it's like a stack of hundreds.
Yeah. And
This right here is like one of those baby flip phones compared to Floyd's.
Yeah. So Floyd, he was like, I don't prepare for them. He's all, they got to beat me. I don't need to beat them. They got to beat me. So he's like, I don't watch their footage. And I think the same with all the other entertainers, where I don't even think about them because they got to beat me. And so I don't think in terms of distinguishing myself from them, or I actually don't hang around other entertainers. I hang around a lot of business people. And so, yeah, I don't need to sit there and say, here's why I'm different. I basically wanted to build a top-notch image to where people come to me saying, hey, we want to bring you in, not just a mentalist.
So you're too busy focused on building your business than worrying about what other people are doing, and that in and of itself distinguishes you?
Yeah.
Smart move, man. I think I saw a meme or something where the swimmers, you got the, what's his name? The other swimmers looking at him. Remember that
Michael
one?
Phelps. And,
Yeah, Phelps is like just going for the gold, and the other one's looking at him, and it says winners look at their goals and losers look at the winners.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Because a lot of entertainers, people don't know this, but entertainers, they devalue themselves. They think $500 is a lot for a show. And when I was doing it, I thought $500 was a lot too, until I started hanging around with guys like you, and I'm like, all right, I got to step up my game. And
Well, that's only because I'm hanging around other people.
Yeah. And,
See, listen, man, no matter what or where you are in life, there's always someone that you think, wow, that guy's somebody. That guy's the punk in probably his circles. Like I'm the brokest dude I know in the circles I run with. But you want to jump circles, man. You want to be the brokest guy in your circle. And then eventually when you become the richest guy in that circle, jump circles. Just like real estate. Would you rather have the most expensive house in the neighborhood to where you're dragging up the value of all the other houses? Or would you rather have the cheapest house in the neighborhood where all the other houses are dragging you up? Works the same way with your friends. Hang around bigger, smarter people than you, richer, more successful, more experienced, and you get brought up to their level. Then pretty soon, I mean, if you're constantly hustling, you eventually, surpass some of them. And then guess what? Jump to another level. Sounds like that's what you're saying.
That's exactly what I did, to where it was that whole thing of you got to hang around the right people, and I stopped hanging around entertainers. I started hanging around all the business people, and everything changed. I went from doing the couple hundred to $10, $15, $20, $25,000, and it was all because of just who I hung around. Because the state of mind is just so different. It's like,
Who you hanging around, folks?
yep.
Who you hanging around? Are you hanging around somebody that always makes you pay for food when you go out or pays for your food? Who you hanging around? You should audit your friends.
Yeah.
I always say to people, man, this weekend someone says, what you doing? I say, I'm gonna make a list of everybody I hang out with and see which ones aren't gonna make it. I got to get new friends. You got to get new friends, new real estate. You want to always continually change your environment. It doesn't mean you can't have childhood buddies, you can't have good friends that you see. I'm talking about get new stuff coming into your life, new people, new friends, I always say the more hands you shake, the more money you make. You got to meet people. Sounds like you met a lot of people in your life.
Yeah, I met a gang load of people because just doing the shows, I get to meet top-notch people.
Well, once you start doing this stuff, people start running up and telling you, show me another one, show me another one.
Yeah.
Pretty soon you're like Mr. Cool at the whole place.
Yeah, and it was, honestly, it was kind of, at a certain point, I got kind of mad because I was like, I'm a better marketer than I am an entertainer. But everyone always sees me as an entertainer. And so I, for a second I got kind of mad, but then I realized it was actually a huge benefit because...
You're a mental tainer.
Yeah, a mental tainer. That's good.
Marketing,
but it was actually... Because of what I do, it was easy for me to connect with guys like you, Grant Cardone, all types of top-notch people. It was just easy to connect just because I could show you guys, I could show stuff like this. Whereas with other people, they're like, hey, let me pitch you my business idea and all that. And you get like 1 million of those people. And so it was easy for me to get around guys like you. That's why I could say, okay, how are they thinking? And I'm very quiet. Like if you see me in person, I'm really quiet because I just watch. I'm just like, what is this guy doing? Like that's all I'm doing. I'm just like looking to see how this guy's interacting with people and everything. And it really did come down to me changing who I hung around because the way the thinking happened was way different. It was just completely different.
If you could give 3 bits of advice for people that are watching this, and again, I mean, people that follow my stuff usually are entrepreneurial, usually are into kicking ass, taking names, but you never know what replays see. So if you were going to help anybody watching this event or watching this Facebook Live that wants to go out there and build a brand, build a business, do something good, what's tip number 1, the most important thing somebody can watch and can do? And keep in mind, they may not have a bunch of money. They might just be capable themselves, but not a bunch of resources. What's the first tip you'd give them?
I'd say the first one is probably be extremely aggressive. Like if you look at all the top people, you'll notice how aggressive they are. With anything, whether it's sports, business, you just keep pushing, like you're literally pushing the world out of the way. And you're just extremely aggressive, competitive, whether it's when you're doing sales and you're just following up nonstop. That's kind of what I do with that.
Closed mouths don't get fed is what he's saying.
Yep.
Squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Yep.
I say it all the time, man. You want some, get some. Quit waiting around for someone to hand you some.
Yep.
Get up off your ass and put the work in. A lot of people think there's some secret out there. The secret is work.
Yeah.
The secret is work. I know so many people that get home at 5 o'clock, sit on the couch and be like, damn. And it's like, dude, 5 o'clock? Mm-hmm. Who stops working at 5 o'clock? I literally work 24/7.
Yep.
I mean, when I'm sitting there playing with my kids, I'm still thinking about work. I'm still taking a phone call. I'll take a phone call at 9 a.m. Mm-hmm. Hey, let's try to get to some questions. We're running out of time. Dave, is there any questions? If you guys have any Q&A for Benji Bruce, let me know. Meanwhile, what's tip number 2?
Tip number 2, I'd say don't be afraid to spend money because for the longest time, I was actually afraid to spend money because I was afraid that...
Scarcity mindset, folks.
Yeah, I mean, I was afraid I was going to lose it, right? So I did lose it the first time I spent money because I spent money on Google AdWords, I lost it, spent it again, lost it, but then finally I got it to work. But once it worked, I made money.
So don't be afraid to spend money, man. This is some good stuff. Don't be afraid to spend money. And I know a lot of people that they don't grow their business because they won't spend money. They're too worried about holding on to what they've got to get what they want. And I always say in one of my little memes or quotes that the folks make, it says, if you're afraid to sacrifice what you have, you'll never get what you want. So again, that's the same thing, man. Don't be afraid to spend money. You keep this money, it's stupid. This ain't even your money anyway. This ain't my money. I'm holding this money as a good steward of cash until I give it to somebody else. This is just temporarily my money, and before it was my money, it was someone else's money. It could have been your money. You got a VT system?
Not yet, but
Well,
I'm
you need one, and then your money will be my money, and I'll hold it. I'll hold it briefly. Then I'll give it to the camera dude. Then it's his money. Then he'll give it to the. You see what I'm saying? Money is meant to be traded, man. It's just paper. Invest it in yourself, and don't be afraid to spend it. What's number 3?
Number 3, I'd say no excuses, because the excuses, I've seen so many people do it where they're like, oh, I know I need a new website, but I can't hire somebody to build it, and I can't do it myself.
Man, nowadays with Squarespace and all those website companies, you can throw up a badass website in 5 seconds. If you're afraid to spend $20, look at tip number 2. Don't be afraid to spend money. What's number 3?
Yeah, and the 3 is the no excuses, where you're extremely practical. Actually, extremely practical is number 3, where you are a hyper realist, because anything that doesn't work is because there's something you're doing wrong. So you might be doing the right things, but you're not doing those things right. And so when I see people who are messing something up, it's because there's something wrong, but they're in la la land. They're like, if I just believe in it, it's gonna come. And I'm like, you gotta be extremely, insanely practical about how you're gonna get it. So it's like delusional and practical at the same time.
So number 3 is no excuses.
Yeah, no excuses, practicality. Yeah.
Now this is from someone who went from, I don't know if you had something before, but basically went from not being what he wants to be to achieving what he wants to be at the highest levels. He's going into the big companies, getting the big bucks to do the shows and the entertainment. He basically built what he's got today through marketing. He teaches marketing. What do you do? If someone wants to follow you or do something, where do they find you?
Yeah, so most of the stuff is benjibruce.com. If you're a speaker, a coach, or a consultant, I have a separate website just for that called speakinglifestyle.com, where it's specific to speakers and coaches, but just marketing in general, building a personal brand. Go to benjibruce.com. You'll see all types of really cool videos too. So.
Free?
Yeah, all free.
Man, you guys need marketing tips, go to benjibruce.com. Dave, we got any questions?
Yeah, Stephen Cassie Walker, what was your biggest obstacle when you were trying to make this work?
Biggest obstacle?
My biggest obstacle is I probably thought too much about what other people thought of me. So because of that, I was kind of holding back a lot. So I would hold back in terms of what I was talking about, and I wasn't being as aggressive because I thought maybe someone would think I'm arrogant or something like that. So I would hold back a whole lot. And once I overcame that, I just started to literally just push forward. I literally didn't care what people thought, if they thought, oh, he's conceited or anything.
That's the best one. That one should move to number 1. Because I mean, I've used that 1,000 times. Before, I worried about what everyone was going to think, what everyone was going to say, what everyone was going to, project onto me, and I would talk, and I'd leave, and it's like nothing was happening. And finally I said, man, I don't give a rat's ass. I'm just going to keep it real. I'm just going to be real. If someone doesn't like me being real, then I guess they don't like me. Who gives a shit? And that's when everything started taking off, because I was real. And guess what? There's people that love me, and there's people that can't stand me. Well, I'm not looking for the people that can't stand me. They're going to exist. You're never going to make everybody happy, so I suggest you make yourself happy. So what he's talking about is be yourself and go all in. Don't hold back. Don't be afraid of what people are going to think. That should be number 1 right there.
Yeah, I mean, that was really hard, because it's not even just with people who don't know you. It's also just friends and family, because they're the ones you're like, oh, maybe they'll call me out or something. So once you get to that mode where it's like, I don't care, then you just go full
like
force.
Stephen Walker, the guy that answered that question. We're buying some swag, some cool swag stuff he's got, but he always wears these dumbass headphones. And like every time he calls, you got the outlines of the headphones. I'm wondering why is he always wearing them damn headphones? But dude, I talked to someone the other day and I said something about Stephen, or I said something about him, and he goes, the headphone guy? I'm like, yeah. So again, dude, wearing dumbass headphones the whole time, guess what's turning into a brand? Now he's going to be known as the headphone guy. Next thing you know, he'll be worth millions of dollars. He's the headphone guy. Yep. He shouldn't worry about what someone thinks about why is he wearing them dumbass headphones. And Steve, you're probably laughing right now because you're probably wearing them dumbass headphones right now. Well, guess what? If you want to wear them dumbass headphones, what he's telling you to do and what I'm telling you to do is wear those dumbass headphones and don't worry about who thinks you look like a total dick every time you call, because screw them. They're probably not buying your stuff anyway. I bought. Let's go, man. Be yourself. Any more questions?
Yeah, hold on 1 second.
Come on, Dave. Come on, man. He's over there laughing because I'm calling Stephen Walker a dick.
Right.
Stephen Walker ain't no dick.
Stephen Walker's like, yep, that's my brand. Yeah, that's who I am.
Dude, he just wears headphones all the time. And I kept thinking, why is this dude always got headphones on, man? But guess what? He shouldn't worry about what I think. I did not buy from him because he was wearing headphones all the time.
Yeah.
All right, so Benjamin Jacobson, we hear a lot that you need to spend money to make money.
That's a fact. We don't hear it. It's a fact. You have to spend money to make money. Now, that for me, and then you can hear his. Hold on, though, because I'll get on a roll when I start hearing these questions. Because, again, I hear all the same crap you guys hear. I hear all the same exact cliche shit. And most of it's nonsense. It's false teachings. It's bad data. You got to pay attention. You got to spend money to make money. I've made money without spending money. So it's not totally true, but what they mean is you got to spend money to make money. And that is true, man. You need a good website. You need some clothes. You need to look good. You need to invest in yourself. You need to train yourself. You need to hire experts to surround yourself with. You need to spend money to make money, man. That's the bottom line. What was the question, though?
Well, the second part of it, is it possible to start a business without any cash?
So I literally started from $0.
Yeah, so did I. I started Lightspeed with $35. So you can start a company with no cash.
And that's the whole fear of spending money thing. When you make the money, you naturally want to keep it. You're like, all right, I've made $1,000.
I wouldn't say no cash, because I mean, if you want to register your company and do it legally, you got to spend some cash. I think I spent a couple $100 getting Lightspeed, established as an actual company in the state of Nevada. So some cash, but when you say no cash, I'm assuming you mean no large amount of cash.
Yeah.
You need something.
Yeah, because I literally went from zero, and I just used my skill to get some money. Then I reinvested it eventually.
Yeah.
If I would have reinvested it at the start, I would have grew bigger and faster.
But you were afraid.
I was afraid, man. It was hard. It's like,
what if I spend it? What if I spend it and it doesn't work? What if you don't spend it? That's what I'd be more worried about. I mean, more people are worried about spending money and it not working than spending money and learning what doesn't work to where you can get to where you're going faster. Listen, man, you didn't have any money when you got the money you got. You'll get more money. Money's easy to make. You should attract money. Everything you say, everything you do attracts money. Man, quit thinking of money as the answer. Give freely the money, your advice and help. And again, do it intelligently. I'm not saying being an idiot, but don't worry about spending that money. And yes, the answer is you can start a business with no money per se, not literally no money. Well, I guess you could. Yeah. You could go start a lawn mowing business. It just won't be legal and it won't end up big. You need to spend money to make a business happen. Yeah. What else, David?
Well, Colleen, Lisa, Seltzer, Patrick's asking this question. I think it's actually very good right now. It's relevant. Marketing tip on Facebook to grow an audience.
That's you, marketing tip.
All right. So to me, I did one ad campaign that got $150,000 on Facebook, and that was actually through copywriting. It was because I knew the audience. To me, Facebook ads is really simple.
Know your audience.
Yeah, it was just knowing the audience. You literally go into Facebook, you say, all right, let me fill out all the stuff. But it was the copy that did it. It was, hey, are you a speaker? Do you need this? Go here, enter your name and email, and I'll send you all this stuff. There's nothing special about Facebook. It just comes down to doing whatever it is to get that ad, and then the copy is what does it. It is the copy. You got to know who you're talking to.
Yeah, know your audience, but also know this, Colleen. People don't buy products, they buy solutions. So when you're writing that copy, don't write about the product as much as you write about the product, the result. Okay, don't write about the product, write about the result. So if I'm selling something, like if I were going to sell something about Lightspeed, I'm going to talk about how would you like to have efficiently trained employees and higher gross profits? Call me. I'm not going to say, how would you like to have a multi-million-dollar interactive training system built out of all these different programs and it's got all these buttons and features and not mention the benefits. So good marketing and good copy direct it towards the result, because people don't buy products, they buy solutions, they buy pain, they buy the relief of pain, the relief of headaches.
What I would do, even with Lightspeed, is like I would get even more specific, saying, here's how you train your sales team, because a lot of salespeople, they get demotivated. Here's how you train. I would get more specific with little things like that. I've tried so many different ways to do the copy, and then when I got really specific, just killed it.
Get specific, know your audience. David, one more?
Dean Davis, what about mentalism? How does that apply to sales?
So mentalism is all about people. So everything that I would do with mentalism, it came down to me knowing who I'm talking to and me understanding how they're going to respond to what I'm doing. And when it comes to sales, it just comes down to you knowing who you're talking to, knowing your audience, and knowing the responses that they're going to give you and knowing how to respond to their responses.
It sounds like being prepared.
Yeah, that's literally, it's training. That's what it is, where there's only so many responses people can have. It's like the number one question people ask me when I'm done is they say, how did you do that? That's the number one question. And
do you have a pen?
Yeah, I think so. And
You keep talking. I'm gonna write something down. I'm gonna do a mentalist on you.
And so it's like people say, like, how did you do that? And whenever I was even doing sales as a mentalist, I'm selling myself as a mentalist, when I would say who hires entertainers, they would essentially come back with only a certain amount of responses saying,
Someone
I
bring
do.
me a pen.
Or here, I got a Sharpie if you want. A Sharpie with
Oh, Sharpie's even better.
You just travel out.
Sharpie.
Yeah, I just carry a lot of stuff. Yeah, and
For his
so-
autographs. Everybody's seeking
yeah,
autographs.
exactly. So it's like, basically, you're like a chess grandmaster where you know the moves because you've been there before. And that's essentially what I do as a mentalist and with sales. The more you do, the more you know the responses and the more you can predict.
Okay, like watch. This is preparation. This is training. This is mentalism. Now, observe and observe carefully. I'm going to do it to you guys watching. Okay? Well, no, I can't because I can't hear you. But let me try it on you. Okay? There's 4 suits in a deck.
Okay.
Clubs, hearts, diamonds, and spades. Which 2 are your favorite?
Spades and hearts.
Okay, spades and hearts. Now there's 4 high cards. Ace, king, queen, and jack. Which 2 are your favorite? But before you tell me, which 2 are your favorite? Hearts and spades?
Yeah, hearts and spades.
Okay, out of those, which one's your favorite?
Spades.
Okay, so that leaves hearts.
Yeah.
And there's 4 high cards. Ace, king, queen, and jack. Which 2 are your favorite?
Queen and king.
Queen and king. Out of those, which one's your favorite?
Probably queen.
That leaves king.
Yep.
Flip it over. What's he got there, folks?
Yep, king of hearts.
What's he got there? Close up, folks. Close up. King of hearts. Now, again, some people say, well, wait a minute. How did you do that? I'm not a mentalist. You know what I am? I'm prepared, mofos. I was prepared for him to come, and I studied him. Mm-hmm. And I basically led him to what I wanted him to pick. Did I not?
Yeah, exactly.
I'll get you guys to do the same thing. If you guys want to freaking learn to close deals, I got Closer School coming out. Right now, you should be on Cardone University. You should be on, depending on what vertical you're in. We have a lot of VT systems with experts: Grant Cardone, Zig Ziglar, Tom Hopkins, John Mack. I mean, the list goes on. Tony Robbins. I don't know why you don't have a VT. How many people, click some likes and love if you want Benji to have a VT to teach you marketing step by step.
I'll tell you what, the reason why I didn't was because as a mentalist, I just didn't need one. But now that I'm doing more of the marketing,
well, if somebody wants to learn how to be an entertainer and learn the game of mind reading and practice that, that's great. But I'm talking about all the people that just want to win and build in business, because no matter what business you're in, you need to learn to sell, you need to learn to close, you need to learn to listen, you need to learn to prospect, you need to learn a lot of things. And there's a lot of people out there, especially now, everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, which to me means you want to build your own company, you want to do your own thing. So no matter what business you're in, whether you're a plumber or a realtor or a mentalist or whatever you are, you still have to get business. And to get business, that's marketing. That's what he's trying to say. Without marketing, he'd be a really good mentalist sitting at home eating Cheerios.
Yeah.
Okay? I could be a bad mentalist with great marketing and make $1 million. You need to learn marketing. You need to know marketing. And the 3 tips he gave, do you remember what they were?
Do I remember?
I'm asking Dave. See, he ain't even paying attention. If you guys aren't paying attention to this, man, you guys just wasted valuable time, because we're trying to help you figure out the tricks. People always think it's a trick or a secret, when in reality, it's learning. It's being prepared.
I think people are they're deceived by someone like you because you come across as really calm, but they don't see that like insane ambition inside. So it's like if someone were to flip you inside out, it'd be like this, like the Hulk. I mean, he'd be like extremely aggressive.
Well,
but
why you got to flip me out to see that? Why I got to be inside the Hulk?
I think a lot
How
of
come
people,
I can't just be the Hulk the way I'm looking right now?
Yeah, like a lot of people, they don't get it. They just see a guy like you who's really calm, and they don't see how aggressive you actually are and how much you push to actually get what you want. And it's hard to see that.
Well, listen, there's a lot of people out there that are sitting there going, man, I'm doing the same thing he is. I'm working 100 hours. The difference is I'm born a salesman, but I learned how to be a badass salesman. See, like I already had the gift to talk and not be afraid to speak to people. Well, that's not why I'm good. If we ever have the opportunity to do business, a lot of times people will say, man, dude, I can't believe you don't have sales training, which I do, but I don't sell it anymore because we, help sales trainers now in different training organizations. But a lot of people say you need to come out with your own sales training. So that's what Closer School is. Closerschool.com will be eventually what that is, but I'll have it in Cardone University. Where I market it is and I'm going to call you about that because marketing is the key. I could have the best training on earth, and if nobody knows about it, it's not going to sell. So listen, we've taken enough of your time. Benji, anything you want to tell these folks? Follow you anywhere, buy anything from you, do something, give you hearts, tell your neighbors, tell your friends, get you a corporate gig. What do you want from these folks?
Well, I mean, just follow me on social media. You can just search Benji Bruce and you'll see all my stuff behind there. Just follow me. I mean, if you guys need a mentalist for your events, then bring me in. But really, I just help people with marketing. So if you want any marketing help, I'm really good at marketing. So
if you got a business, you need marketing help, writing copy, strategizing, call Benji Bruce, man. The guy's a rock star. He'll probably know how much money you got in your pocket, so you won't be able to bullshit him when it comes to how much stuff costs.
Exactly.
Dave, any more questions? One last question. Let's wrap this up.
No, I mean, you got everything.
Awesome. You guys rock. Appreciate you guys' time today. And make sure when I go live, you hit the notification button. Follow me on The Real Bradley on all social media. Peace until we talk later. Later.
My next run game, we ain't never leave.